The boys are back with some of the spiciest, most scorching Mount Vesuvius takes for this NHL season. I loved our takes last week, boys. I don't know if we can top them this week. Let's see. DP, start us off.
All right, check this out, boys. There is a specific team in the Central Division that is very, very frustrated right now. They are pissed off. It feels like they've had championship runs ripped out of their hands when it didn't need to be that way. And I'm talking about the Colorado Avalanche.
Ooh.
The Colorado Avalanche had a cup window, and 2 years of that cup window were robbed from them. Robin Hood style thievery went on, and they were screwed over, and they did not get back-to-back seasons. I'm talking last year and the year before. They should have been in the cup final. They know it. Injuries and other things absolutely blew up everything for them. So this year, things are different. This year, things are different because Landy is skating again. Landy's going to throw that sweater back on. Also, Nichushkin's going to get his mind right. He's going to get that mind right again, and he's going to be back in the lineup. He's going to hopefully play 70-plus games. But the big thing is this. Joe Sakic knows what's gone on. He knows that even if Landy comes back, this might be it. This might be the swan song. That knee is held together by fucking scotch tape and safety pins. So we don't know how long he's got, and we know that this year needs to be a big year. We're going to get that Mikko Rantanen extension going on, and then my spicy take is the Colorado Avalanche are going to make a big, big move this year. Whether it be before or at the deadline, a monster trade is happening for the Colorado Avalanche as they make a huge, huge push for the Stanley Cup. I'm talking a second-line center. I'm talking a huge defenseman, but someone monster is going to the Avs and is going to make everyone go, holy shit, the Colorado Avalanche are now a top 2 Stanley Cup contender this year.
Heard it here first. Dan Power says the Avs are trading Cale Makar for something big.
He's a flash. He's a flash in the pan bum. Move him and get better pieces.
Wow.
Dan, you know, the Avs, 2 years ago, they ran into some spunk. And last year, what was it? Dallas? They ran into Dallas.
Yeah.
Tough path, but I'll tell you what, I do believe that Nate feels they should have more than one cup over the last 3 years. And when Nate feels he deserves something, that is a scary thought for the rest of the league.
Oh, yeah.
He's angry. That guy is angry, and all he wants to do is win, and when he doesn't, he's pissed off. That's what it feels like with Nate McKinnon. If he's not winning, he's mad.
Facts. Exact facts.
Dan, are you afraid that the West is just as much a juggernaut as it was this year?
I'm not afraid of that because I know it. I know it to be true. You can't be afraid of something that is staring you in the face when you know it's a reality. So it is a juggernaut, but even last year with their injuries and otherwise, the Avs were still a contender. Like they were still one of the juggernauts in the West. And now they're getting Landy and Nichushkin back, and they're going to make a huge move. So look out, everyone in the West.
Yeah, I think if you add Landeskog and Nichushkin like that, like those two pieces, that changes that whole Colorado Avalanche team. The whole landscape of their team.
But I'm telling you, the spicy take is the trade. They're like it's not going to be it's a deadline acquisition. It's some depth. Like someone huge is coming. Maybe a really talented center who's won a cup with that team before, who's playing up in Western Canada. Maybe. I don't know.
That's where I was kind of leading you towards, maybe, to see if you're.
I don't know. Maybe it's that. But I'm saying a monster player is going to join the Colorado Avalanche this season.
Dude, I'll tell you what. Off that, if the Avs win the cup with Landy and then he's out, and they lose, and then Landy comes back this year and they win the cup again, Landy's resume.
Listen. Statue.
Yeah, dude. Like, wow, bro.
Build a bust of that man outside that arena.
People wanted his head, Dan. Remember that cup season too? Our Avs buddies are like, Landy
It was
sucks
one, dude.
now.
We had one idiot friend, and I can call him out. And he was like, dude, Landy's not good. Landy is a heartbeat on that team, and
Oh,
he's
yeah.
back.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, my hot take. Talk about a heartbeat on a team, boys. Talk about the heart and soul of a team. I'm taking you up to Detroit, and I'm talking about Dylan Larkin. Okay? Dylan Larkin, let me hit you with this. 3 years ago, he played 71 games. He had 31 goals. That's a 36 goal pace. 2 years ago, he played 80 games, had 32 goals. Last year, he played 68 games, had 33 goals. That's a 40 goal pace, boys. He's never been a 40 goal scorer. Last year, he had a career high 47 assists, and I think he's going to do a reverse McDavid. You remember how McDavid went career high goals, and then he was like, that didn't work. Career high assists, that didn't work. Maybe he's going to do both this year. I think Lark's last year went career high assists. They just missed the playoffs. This year, he's going to go, you know what, I got to get 40. I got to get a motivated and paid Razor on a wing. I got DeBrincat on a wing. Razor had 41 assists last year. He can pass the puck too. He's not just a goal scorer. And dude, watching Dylan Larkin just collapse to his knees in joy when the Wings went up in that last game of the season without knowing that the Caps were winning or whatever the fuck. I've never seen anyone care more. He's the Detroit boy, dude. He's the Michigan man. And I just think this is the year for 40. He's never been a 40 guy, but I think this could be the year he knows that they need it. What do you think?
40 goals. If he gets 40 goals, I mean, the Wings are making the playoffs, most likely.
Agree.
Right? That's where you're headed with it, basically, is Larkin gets 40 goals. And how many points, you think?
Let's see, because I don't know if he can get... Actually, I bet he can. I bet he can...
You think
47 was his career high. No, but I think he's 90. I think he's 40-50.
40-50. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it. I like with Dylan Larkin. I love the way he skates. I love the way he plays. He plays with an edge to his game. He's the captain of the team. Like, I think it's definitely, that is reachable. 40 goals, 90 plus points.
It's a lot, but he could do it.
He needs his other line mates, whoever that may be. You know, there's going to be a carousel, I think, with Kane and Brinkett, like you said. Other guys, maybe the line changes a little bit, but it's possible. What do you think, DP?
You know, initially I wanted to disavow this because Larkin is my guy.
Yeah.
So I would naturally say keep his name out your fucking mouth. But you're saying good things, so I have no choice but to love it.
Yeah. He's a netter's guy, dude.
He's a netter's guy. He's my guy. I fucking love Dylan. I think he's one of the best centers in the NHL. I think he is truly, truly special and on the Mount Rushmore of best captains I've ever seen. And listen, 40 goals, you know, he knows I love him. He just feels more like a Bergeron to me. He's just snapping it around more. He's making sure everyone else gets their cookies. So I'm not sure if he's getting 40. I like the take, and I could see it. He's one of these guys. He can get 40 if he wants.
40 goal pace last year. 40 goal pace.
He can get 40 in his sleep if he wants to. It's a matter of if he wants to. What I do think is 90. I think 90 points. I think 90 points is happening this year. No fucking doubt. But I love this take, dude. If he wants it, it's his. So maybe he sees this. I think he might. Maybe he goes, I want it. And he's going to get it. So there you go.
Amazing. All right, Thomer. What do you got? What's burning your hair, bro?
Okay. All right. We're going to go up to the Atlantic.
Oh, fuck.
We are going to go with a trade, I think, that's going to happen. And I mulled this over. Guys, I went for a walk with my dog, Eddie, Yellow Lab, for almost an hour this morning, mulling over this.
Wow.
So this caused a lot of thought process. And I went through Joseph Woll. Nope, they're not going to trade him. They're not going to. It's going to work there with him.
Wow.
I believe it's going to work.
Wow.
He's going to be the guy. I went to Mitch Marner, obviously expiring contract. That is also going to work.
Oh, my God.
It is going to work in Toronto with Mitch Marner.
Wow.
But with the emergence of Austin Matthews as the captain and other young pieces coming up.
Oh, no.
John Tavares is going to be in a possible trade.
Oh, my God.
What are the Leafs going to retain 80% of that salary?
See, that part, I'm not a numbers guy. That cap guy will have to worry about that.
Yeah, right. Okay.
But he's going to the Anaheim Ducks.
Oh.
Okay, and that is going to be a sign and trade where the Ducks will re-sign John Tavares.
Wow.
He will be. I think John Tavares will go there. He will supplement in to that growing rebuild and help those young guys and help them become also a contender in a couple of years after that. It'll be a good deal, fair both sides. Going back to Toronto.
Dude.
Say Zegras one time, dude. I dare you.
Not Zegras.
Okay.
We're gonna go on defense.
Ooh.
Ah.
They need it. They need the D
And
help.
we're gonna bring in Mintnerkov. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. I can't say. I always fuck it up. Pavel Mintnerkov will be going back to the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Dude,
Because they
trade
have
their
the emergence of
hometown
Owen
captain.
Zellweger.
Yep.
They have another D. And I don't know if you add another draft pick in there, goes either ways, retain salary, but I do believe that this will help the Toronto Maple Leafs in the long term. And the Leafs will be better for it, and so will Anaheim Ducks. And that is my hot take on what I think possibly might happen at the trade deadline, or maybe before that. Who knows? But it's interesting.
Dude, it breaks my heart how happy Leafs fans would be if that happened.
Yeah, which is why it won't.
Yeah.
Like, I think you're nuts.
I mean,
I love this take. I think it's nuts. Like, to me, feel like we heard Verbeek talk recently about, that Cutter Gauthier trade sending Jamie Drysdale, who's a great player. I feel like they sent Drysdale out because Minchikov excelled so much.
Mhm.
To then move Minchikov, that would be crazy. And I think you would need a Marner type player to make that type of a move.
Well,
for
that was
Tavares,
possibly,
I don't know.
Possibly, I think, because I think you have to look at it too. Tavares is a potential future Hall of Famer. I think.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
agree
Right?
completely.
Yeah.
Right. So I think there's a little bit that goes into that, into the trade value. No matter if he's older or not. I know he had a down year last year. Tavares is a 30-goal guy. He's a 30-goal guy still. And I think that if you add him, and maybe you add another young guy, maybe a Liljegren goes back or something goes back the other way. I think where it's everybody wins, but I think with the emergence, like I said, of all those other young guys and Austin Matthews as the captain, and then, like you said, getting that amount of cash off the cap and being able to bring back a young defenseman for a guy and the stature of John Tavares and who he is and the potential Hall of Famer, I think it's a hot take. It's possible.
Dude, well, the Ducks could be lacking, and I'm sure I'm blanking on someone, but they don't really have that great veteran on the squad, right?
Fowler,
We have guys
Cam Fowler.
Oh, Cam, that's good, yeah. We have guys that we think are we're like, Leo's going to be Getzlaf eventually.
And also Killorn, dude. Like, Killer's a great...
Killorn, and then obviously Radko Gudas is their new captain.
Yep.
But I think
But
that
Tavares would be a stud veteran that you're
you have a guy like that comes in, he plays center ice. The guy can also play wing, but you have a guy like that you integrate into your forward lineup with all of those young guys like Mason Tavish and Zegras and all these young guys.
Terry,
Leo Carlson, Troy Terry, and you have a guy like John Tavares who this guy does it right every single day. It's only going to help those young guys. And it's only going to make them better. And maybe, who knows, maybe Trevor Zegras is now a 100-point guy.
Mm-hmm. And dude, and that would shut a lot of people up. Holy hell!
Listen,
and then you sign John Tavares to a 2 to 3 year deal. Nothing crazy, fair
Discount.
Right? And then Toronto gets back a young stud defenseman that they can have for years.
Fuck,
why
dude.
would Anaheim ever do this?
Well, hold on, I'm not done. And then possibly you send back a young forward or young D from Toronto. But I think there's a way that it works where because Toronto's getting all that money off the cap.
Yeah,
A lot of money.
Yeah, and then it would cost them a sick prospect. I don't know what their farm system, but if they had a sick prospect
it would
too,
probably cost them a sick prospect too, most likely.
Yep.
And Toronto has a few of them.
You know what I really want? I love all this. What I really, really want is Tavares to go somewhere like this year, like Vegas, for example, and just immediately win a cup and watch Maple Leafs fans literally spontaneously combust. Like
I know.
that. And I'm
dude.
telling you, I so easily foresee in the next 2 years Tavares going somewhere and winning a cup, and Leafs fans being like, "Are you shitting me, dude?"
No,
And
he's
not
such a
not in a
good
bad
ad.
way. Like I think
So
that they would be
possible.
begrudgingly happy for him. They'd be like, "Yeah, good for you, man," but it would just be so difficult for them to see.
It's so possible. And I don't know, maybe it's not the Ducks, maybe, but I do think that there's a way for them to make it work. You know, this is where I told you guys before, like, I'm not a fucking GM. I have no idea. This is a hard job with all the numbers, cap, everything, draft picks going back either way. But if they can make it work where they can move Tavares, get something back in return, get money off the cap, everybody wins. Some way. How?
Dude, I like it. I do think he's a great ad for a team. He's not going to retire a Leaf. I think we all agree with that.
No.
He's
No.
a great ad for a team, and that would be a huge move.
I mean, that's a blockbuster deal for sure.
Yep.
That's a
Hey, he goes to the Avs, Dan. He goes to the Avs. He goes to the Avs as 2C, and
There's
then
your
the Avs win
second
the
line
cup.
center.
Bang.
There it is. We might have just connected maybe a three-way trade. You never know.
You never know.
God,
That's
I
possible.
fucking love it. All right, boys, that's 3 more Scorchers. I can't wait to keep tabs on these and see what shakes out.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.